Welcome back everyone to another update. As you can see, I've been busy putting down the gravel and painting it. This is for the little goods shed on the branch line, and I know I said in my previous video I wouldn't start on work on the foreground, but I couldn't help myself, so I've started to build up the landscape here and also just texture it a little bit before I apply the grass. I've also made this area here flat so that the church can sit on it nicely, and also preparing the ground for some gravel around the church as well. And that's everything sort of painted around the freight shed. I've also painted the groundwork around the church, ready for the gravel and the static grass. And I've just tidied up a few other bits and pieces as well, just so you can get the overall effect. There are still a few little things I need to do in the background here, which I will be coming on to. The road needs its markings, but I will do all that once I've got the basic layer of grass in place. And here you can see just at the bottom of the picture, we'll see it in a minute, the gravel in place and just waiting for the glue to dry. I've just placed the church on top of it very lightly and pushed it in so that it'll sit into the gravel without any gaps underneath. Just rearranging the vehicles and some of the freight around the freight shed. I still have the details around the bottom of the building to paint and add, but I'll be doing that in a little while. I've managed to make a nice gentle slope on the gravel driveway up to the church, so that should be look quite good once that's all finished. I just need to paint around the steps at the end of the platform on the station as well, so that I can weather that and add the grass around that area. As I said in the last video, this is just the base layer, the static grass. I will be building it up in different layers and then applying the bushes and the trees afterwards. There are a few little bare patches if you look really closely, which I'll tidy up. And there you can see I've added some gravel around the base of the goods shed, and I've laid the static grass all around the church on that bit of land. I'm just waiting for that to dry now before I remove it. And as I said, I've painted around the bottom of the steps there as well to make that blend in with the rest of the roadway. I've already started up, if you can just about see, some little black patches on the gravel representing oil stains and other bits of dirt. And here I'm just laying the grass, or gluing the grass around the crossing. I've taken the little shed away. I will glue that back once all this is dry. I've had to sort of scrape down the front edge that touches the track because it was a little high in catching some of the trains as they went through the crossing, but that seems to be all okay now. As I've said it before and I'll say it again, this static grass can be very messy. It gets everywhere, so I have to make sure that I clean up properly afterwards. And here is just my little rail bus running on the branch line coming into the station. And you'll see that I've actually removed the excess static grass from where I laid it around the church. I just need that to dry thoroughly. Just gently removed it just so that I could see if I needed to do any touch-ups, but I seem to have done that one quite well. Just a different angle now. You can see the church and the gravel around the building, and some buildings being put back in place. You can also see in the distance the crossing I've just temporarily put in place just to get an idea. I do need to blend that in so that you don't see any of the joins. I'm not sure what to do about the actual roadway, which we'll see in a minute, because it is quite a ridge. I may end up actually sanding that down so that the transition is as small as possible. And you can just see it there by the truck. Obviously there's going to be fences as well, and as I said before, road markings, but this will be the overall look. The little area that I haven't applied the grass yet, I'm still not convinced about what to do there. I don't want to overclutter it with buildings, but I do think some sort of building there would actually look quite good. But I haven't seen anything that I think would fit in with the look that I'm trying to achieve here. And this has taken a couple of hours later. The grass is drying quite nicely. I always worry when I'm laying static grass that you can see the glue underneath it, but once it dries, the whiteness disappears, and you don't see it. You see what you've painted underneath. In my case, dark browns, a black brown, and if you do it in various colors, you get a type of shading on the grass, which doesn't really show up well on the camera, but it is there. And I do need to make sure I remove all the loose bits of grass that have landed on the track. Pretty given it a clean already, but I think on close inspection you can still see a few bits and pieces, so I will have to remove them. But this is the overall look at the moment, and I'm quite happy with it. So that the next stage will be adding another layer to it with different shades, and then thinking about where to place the trees and the bushes and fences and all the other little details that go with the landscape.